All right, Broncos country. 72 hours has passed from the ugly, ugly, ugly win on Thursday Night Football against the Las Vegas Raiders. And I've never really witnessed anything like this. It's been a long time. I guess we're kind of blessed to be in this position as Bronco fans, being 8-2, but not feeling satisfied and feeling like things are terribly, terribly wrong with this team. And listen, it's understandable. I think both sides, the big time defenders of Bo Nix in this offense and the big time, critics of Bo Nix in this offense, I think both of you have really good points. And I think two things can be true at the same time. I think you can blame Bo Nix. I think you could blame Sean Payton. I think you could blame a lot of different guys on this offense because there are 11 guys at the end of the day. And we know that in the NFL, the smallest little details that are not being done consistently can absolutely hamper your offense. And when you add in the fact that Sean Payton's offense is very complex, it's very detail oriented, and it requires everybody to be near perfect. And I'll tell you guys, when they are, it's a very, very nice thing to see. But it also makes it very difficult. And that's been a big part of the problem too. Well, now with JK Dobbins' injury, we don't know the severity of it, but my inkling, just based off of what I've seen, is that it's a mild foot sprain, which is good news. It allows him the opportunity to potentially be able to play next week against Kansas City. But with the bye week following, they might be smart with it, and I think the best move to make is to probably sit him out and just give him some ample time to fully recover for a back half of the season where we're really going to know him. JK Dobbins has arguably been the MVP of this offense. Him and Garrett Bowles, those are the two guys that I think have just been consistent. They've been solid every single week, every opportunity that they've had. And so when you miss a guy like that, it obviously sucks, especially when your offense has just been down in the dumps for the last few weeks, coming off of a really tough game. But here's where I think it could be a positive for this team. I think now you got to utilize Bo Nix' weapon of running the football, of using his legs to pick up yards and get first downs. Not only is that a good thing for this offense, but I think it puts Bo Nix at ease. I think that's a style of football that he actually really likes to play, and it'll help settle him into the game. It'll help allowing for the defense to kind of move up a little bit and have a little bit more passing opportunities down the field for him, and it'll settle him in. It'll settle him in a little bit. And so I don't think bad things will necessarily come from this. But also, listen, when you looked at JK Dobbins' injury history at the beginning of the year when we signed him, you had to prepare for games where he wouldn't be playing. I mean, it was just kind of inevitable. And so that's where I was always so worried of where's RJ Harvey in his development? What kind of a full-time running back can Tyler Bidae be? You got Jaleel McLaughlin, but you got really nobody else besides those guys. So there's going to be a time where RJ Harvey is going to have to take the next step as a rusher. We've seen the progression that he's made as a pass catcher, just as a football player in general. But he's going to have to be a rusher, a pure running back for you. And this week, even though it's not ideal, it's against Kansas City, I get it. But this might be the week where you can really see, okay, what does he look like when he's in that full-time role? What is Tyler Bidae going to look like if he's actually getting carries? And do we have confidence in those guys? And I guess, we're going to be finding out about that very, very soon. But also, getting Marvin Mims back, I think is going to be a really big positive for this offense. I think he gives you a lot of flexibility offensively. And listen, it's not like he's catching a whole bunch of balls and getting targeted a whole lot during the game. But when he does, he makes teams pay. So teams have to always take him into account and, make sure that they know where number 19 is lined up. And so, like I said, whenever you kind of lose a big time running back, you see offenses typically go back to basics and make things a little bit more simplified. And I think that in a weird way, that could actually help this Broncos offense, because at this point, I don't think we have too much to lose. I really don't. And I'd like to see Bo Nix utilized more in the pass game. So we'll see. Do the Broncos make a move? Do they bring somebody off of a practice squad or off the streets to be on the practice squad? We'll see. Or are they confident if you're going to assume that he's going to miss this game? And him being JK Dobbins, if you're going to assume that, then you're going to roll into this game with RJ Harvey, Tyler Bidae, and Jaleel McLaughlin. Those might be the three. And maybe bring somebody on the practice squad. But the Broncos bringing somebody into the practice squad signifies that they think JK Dobbins' injury is a little bit more significant. He might miss quite a bit more time than we think. If they don't, then that's a good sign. It might just be a week that he misses, or at least one game that he misses, and we move forward. So we're going to have to see. But guys, let me remind y'all that being 8-2 is a very, very good thing. Being the number one team in the AFC as it stands right now, with Jonathan Taylor just taking it to the house 80 yards and giving the Colts the lead. So we'll see if that changes. But the Broncos are in a really good position. Let's not forget that. Riding a defense that's playing really well is not going to be a bad thing. And every single time this offense has been forced to be put in a position where they need to go out there and get points, whether it's a big drive or big drives in the fourth quarter, or just throughout the game, like you saw versus the Chargers, like you saw versus the Colts in the 2 losses, they've answered the bell. So let's give them some grace and let's see how it goes. Let me know what you guys think below. How would you replace JK Dobbins? Do you think the Broncos can even do it? Or do you think that we're completely screwed? Let me know below in the comments. Otherwise, y'all enjoy your Sunday, man. Try to relax. Enjoy it. It's going to be nice and stress-free. And we'll see y'all next week. Peace.